This is the future.
Rightly said, it is all about having a layered approach, layered strategy approach for accessing any data. So first, if you're saying that you're critically, encrypting the personal data or the PI data or the SPI data on which you can build something, as the other team members have been talking about. So if you stop it at the first layer itself, then you're stopping a multiple portfolio of attacks to happen in. And then if you say that if still that is coming out, then comes your layered approach of technologies of having a MFA or having a Face ID or having a MPIN and all. So you have measures and everything in place, but still if somebody is doing it where you are sending an attacks and everything, lately it happened with MGM. Somebody was sending the OTP to the person in charge and he just clicked on it and then you're done. So all in all you can say is that you can build the processes, the layered approach and everything and minimize the kind of impact to a larger set. But at the end of the day, it is awareness, which is very much predominantly required because in any case, first level of defense is the end users and the people. If they understand the criticality of these layers, as you mentioned that, people keep saying that, कि आपने ये लगा दिया, ये लगा दिया, ये लगा दिया. But that is required to safeguard your data. If you do not want to have it, then you are ensuring that your data is available and it is one, rainy day that can be breached. So all in all, it is a mix of awareness, building layered approach, and trying to minimize the data impact from the very first start on. So we are using risk-based AI technologies for sure, but we always ensure that the security and privacy of the customer data is on the topmost priority. So we have standard frameworks which we follow, and most of the things have been talked by the esteemed panel. First and foremost is a robust data encryption. So we always ensure that the data is encrypted at the rest as well as in the motion, so that as somebody was talking in the initial discussion and panel, that in EU GDPR, if the data is breached, but if you prove it is encrypted, still you have to report it, but still you don't have to reach out to every customer. So you're just mitigating the impact. Second, sir was saying in that having proper access controls with authentication mechanisms, you will ensure that only limited people, as Zero Trust was saying, in limited people or the legit people have access to the critical data, thereby reducing the impact of larger subset of people having the access to the critical data, and thus reducing the effect of the data breaches. Third, I'll talk about is having a clear principles which you are following in the organization, which means that if no, I'm talking about the criticality in terms of you using the trusted data principle uses. So if we say that if you're keeping the data of the users or the end people, we always ensure that they are connected, that how the data is being consumed. And if we still are using that data for risk management as well, we take the consent management from them. So that is the kind of the trusted principle we have built with them. Other was talking about, having compliance with regulations. We are also regulated by the critical bodies of IRDI, ISOs, UID and all. So having that external validation also proves the fact that the data is safeguarded within us, and that also brings the assurance to the people. Fifth, if I talk about AI principles, we always ensure that the AI algorithms are always used in the best practices. They are fair, transparent, and not biased, which also ensure that the data is safeguarded in the best formation. So the AI principles and the ethics around the AI regulations or the algorithms we are building in are clear. And last but not the least, I'll take is the continuous monitoring and governance, which again was emphasized, that you have to keep a check and balance and do an internal audits, that what are your processes, what are your systems, what are your safeguards on the ground, are they working properly? Building something and saying that it is working in autonomous fashion will not help you. Things have been changing on a very fly in our industry. So have a continuous audit, have that assurance, find the gaps, find the vulnerabilities, find the risks, mitigate and provide that assurance. So if you adapt all of these 5 or 6 data points into one, everybody can use AI in the right fitment, always ensuring that the customer data is keeping safeguarded and providing the trust and security. Second question was that giving an example. So in this year only, so earlier if you see any insurance sector, so nobody has used to have an MFA because it's simple ID and password. But it is very easy to breach it. Every such people, if I'm sitting at home, I keep my ID password for this particular website and all on my machine. If somebody puts in a lockbit or a stealer, it is easily exfiltrated. So we have seen instances from a dark web monitoring and all where people have those data with them. It is very easy to log in a policy and exfiltrate that data out. And if one single policy data is out, we are penalized and we are being questioned on this from the board itself and from the regulatory bodies. So building an MFA Earlier it was question for us that why are we building it, it can create a problem. But it was very much well accepted by the end customers. That proves that, they accepted that thing on this. So we have built that frameworks on all the applications from the start of the journey till the end of the journey of a customer. And it is well accepted, things have been proven fine, no latency, no business loss. So all in all, it has proven a great success. Earlier it was a question, now it is being well appreciated internally as well as for the external customers.